Phone is here.
Okay, we are live.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee. Because here as I sip my brew with my co-host Lemonade, we got some new things to talk to you. Lemonade.
Well, folks, welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee and the week 3 of the IndyQuest Fantasy Football League, and certainly a most tumultuous start to the league, and certainly noticing some league parity here with the multiple teams in the 2-0 and 0-2 category. So that will be the opening topic. But before we get there, we would like to introduce a very special guest for this afternoon, the former world champion and general manager, head coach of Steeler Mac 1, Jason Johnson.
And we're going to applause.
All right. Jason,
Applause.
what's up, brother?
Welcome to Steeler Mac 1. Glad to have you this morning on Sunday Morning Coffee. Here we have Steeler Mac 1, former champion, so you guys can learn a lot from him today. He's got experience, suave, good looks we don't know about, but the rest is all true. Steeler Mac 1. We're going to jump right into the parity of the league. We got 3 2-0s, 3 0-2s, 4 1-1s. How do you feel about that?
It's a different league this year, that's for sure. We got some 0-2s, we got some 1-1s, we got some 2-0s, and I'll tell you, we got some 0-2 teams I feel that should be at the top right now. And we got some 2-0 teams that maybe is squeaking their way by. We don't know, we'll see, but this is a different year, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. All you got to do, sometimes, like Steeler Mac 1, he had the second lowest score.
Yep.
In week 1, but he won. And, as long as you get a win, sometimes you got to make moves, sometimes you get a little luck. And, parity, that's good. Make some moves, look ahead, see who your lineups are, maybe pick up something a week in advance. But Steeler Mac 1, let's talk about your team. Since he's our guest, we would like to, have a little insight on this team. How do you feel about your team this year?
Not real happy with them. Happy that I'm 2-0, but definitely need to make a few changes, probably.
You need a little cream and sugar with your team, right?
A little bit of cream and sugar. I'm happy with them this week, for sure. I think I got a decent lineup, although I'm going up against a tough opponent. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I've squeaked out 2 wins, which is monstrous in this league, because wins are what matters. And but I think I can do a lot better.
True. Well, before we get started, we want to freshen up Jason's coffee. We don't want it to get cold. So we got him a little coffee. You want to take a drink before we get started?
Sure. Yep. With an IU mug.
Yes, folks. The Boilermaker with a little IU coffee.
IU mug.
That's what we got. But we're going to go into some matchups this week. And since he's here today, we're going to start off with Steeler Mac 1 versus Go Boilers. And you know what? Since this is your matchup, I'll let you start us off.
Well, I've fallen behind the 8 ball. Bobby jumped off to a commanding lead, but I still feel good about my team this week. Bobby's got some tough matchups with his players. I'm going with Steeler Mac 1 on this one.
You know what? Steeler Mac 1, he's a dreamer. Julio Jones, Matt Ryan have already put the first nail in the coffin at 77 points. As much as I'd like to believe all this garbage he just spewed out, I cannot. Too many points. He like you said, he don't feel good about his team earlier. Now he's contradicting himself. But you know what? That's what Steeler Mac 1 does. I have to go Boilers this week. As much as I hate to root for that whiny little boy, I go with Go Boilers.
You know that anytime you go up against a former champion with the West Side pedigree like Jason Johnson, you're gonna get a beating.
Woo! Now, we got Fubar, Morgan, and Green Machine. This is a very touch matchup. I'm going to start us off with here this time. Fubar Morgan, he has Breeze on his squad, so you never know what can happen. Green Machine has Matthew Stafford. He's been playing good as Breeze. And wide receivers, Victor Cruz and Deshaun Jackson, Fubar Morgan are underperforming all year long, where he's got Jordy Nelson, and he picked up the running back up from Minnesota. I think makes all the difference. Close, tight matchup, but I'm going to go with Green Machine here. How about you?
I'm following Fubar. I like Breeze. I think Victor Cruz is going to come around. I've said it all week. I've looked at the matchups. I go with Fubar Morgan on this one.
I got a like foobar more than two. Any man that old that is still having children is going to administer a severe beating.
Woo! And now we go to Pigskin Pimps against fourth quarter. Jason, Steeler Mac 1, how do you feel about this since your brother's in this matchup here?
Well, my brother's in the matchup, but that really has nothing to do with it. I'm going to say that I like fourth quarter in this matchup. I'm not sold on Pigskin's team. I think he has a Super Bowl hangover this year. I'm just not sold on his team. He's had the lowest point score the first week. He didn't do well last week. I think he pulled out the win, didn't he, Jeff?
Yes, he did.
But still, he kind of reminds me of my shit right now, my team, where I squeaked out a win. I've had some low points, but I don't know. I'm going with fourth quarter on this one.
Well, Pigskin Pimps, his team hasn't been scoring. He hasn't showed nothing. He's got the roller coaster of moves. He picked up Davis this week, which is a really good pickup. And,
solid pickup.
Yeah, solid pickup. He's got Gronk, he's got Foles and McCoy, but their matchups just get tougher after this week. But this week, Brady, I agree with you, Brady. He's sort of underperforming.
Yeah.
But Keith Wayne's got Marshall,
Yep.
Cobb, Wallace, and Graham. Who cares what Brady does?
Yep.
He's got other players to keep this team going. I'm going with fourth quarter too. Sorry I couldn't go against you, Keith, but I'm going with fourth quarter for the win.
Anytime you go against a wily veteran like Keithy Wayne, you know you're going to get a significant beating.
Woo! And now we are going Cosa Nostra and Wrecking Ball. But Wrecking Ball hasn't been Wrecking Ball, so until he wrecks something, he is Cotton Ball. What do you think about Cotton Ball and Cosa Nostra?
Cosa Nostra's had some problems. He's had some injuries that's hitting pretty hard. You got the battle of the 0-2s going today. Silas is his team is. I thought from the draft day that he had one of the best drafts of all of us, and but it's not showing up right now. But I'm not losing faith. I think Silas. I think Wrecking Ball is going to pull this one off this week.
Okay, I think you mean Cotton Ball.
Cotton Ball.
Cotton Ball and Cosa Nostra. Cosa Nostra scoring good. Wrecking Ball. Oh, my bad. Cotton Ball. He's scoring, but just not the right matchup. And some of his picks just aren't peaking just yet, but he's being patient. He's not giving up on him. He's not just throwing him to the wolves, picking something up. But right now, I think, the matchup would be Manning against Seattle. But I like Watkins going in for Cosa Nostra. And you know what? I think the Mafia, last week he had two guys that scored great and the rest single figures. But if you look at the whole crew on Cosa Nostra, that's the mob. So he looked at the mob and made some changes. I'm going Cosa Nostra right here.
Chris Langley, I love you, brother.
Anytime you got a team like the name Cream Puff going against a Coach Langley, you know you're in for a devastating beating.
Woo! And now we go to my matchup. Bare Knuckles versus Brandon's A-team. Steeler Mac 1's son. Take it away, Steeler Mac.
This is the matchup of the week. This is the game of the week, in my opinion. Brandon, get those lineups edited. But with that being said, I think the matchups are great. They both have great teams. Brandon, for being a rookie, drafted really well. I'm proud of him on that. But that being said, Jeff's a veteran. Jeff's got a good squad. Jeff knows how to draft. I'm going with Bare Knuckles on this one.
Yeah, Jason, I appreciate you saying that. And you know what? You can say you're proud of him at home, but this is Sunday football. Unless he's out on the field eating dirt. But anyway, yeah, my team's solid. Brandon did an okay time at draft, but he needs to get his ass out of bed, check his lineup.
Get out of bed.
And remember what I said. You never go against your own team. So I'm taking my team for the win. Bare Knuckles.
They're not called Bare Knuckles for no reason. Somebody's getting a significant beating.
Woo! Now, last week's record, I went 1-4. Lemonade went 3-2. So obviously these predictions mean nothing. But my good news is my 1-4, the 4 teams I got wrong had no bearing on me. The 1 team I got right was mine. So that's all that matters. So, on that topic, I want to bring up a quick topic about the IR situation. Everybody, it happens every year. Just got to get a quick notice. IR is for people that are out, injured. Big O. not a suspension, not a questionable mark. Big O. If you have it and you know it, please switch it immediately, or you will get a phone call and you will be disciplined by the new security force personnel of the league. Steeler Mac 1 will personally come over and mob your ass. Steeler Mac 1, you got any closing arguments?
Yeah, in closing, just saying, let's keep the transactions going. So far, we're looking pretty good. If you have somebody on the IR, if you have somebody that's not going to play, get them out of your lineup and get somebody else in there.
And one more thing, Lemonade, could you present the award this week?
Football Morgan was absolutely destroyed last week in his matchup, so this week's Adrian Peterson Ray Rice Memorial Beating of the Week goes to the A-Team. Good job, Brandon!
78 points he demolished them by. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this Sunday's special edition of Sunday Morning Coffee with co-host Lemonade Larry, co-host Steeler Mac 1. We will see you on the gridiron.
Peace.
Woo!